Good morning, Flosstube. Welcome to Justsewsherrie. I'm Justsewsherrie here on YouTube and also over on Instagram. Well, hello and welcome. Today is April the 19th. It's Saturday. Yesterday was Good Friday. Tomorrow will be Easter Sunday, and then we have Easter Monday, if you're lucky enough to have those. I don't know what countries celebrate what, but I know that that's what we have here in the UK. So it's a nice long weekend off work for those of us who can, and for those of us who are working either in shops or in hospitals or fire services or emergency services. Thank you for your service, and I hope you get some downtime too as well, or some extra money for working the bank holidays. Welcome to any newbies. Hang on to your hat. Welcome back to those who've been here before and decided to risk it again, and welcome to those stalwarts who've been with me from the very start. You are doing sterling work, guys, sterling. So yes, channel about cross-stitch. Sometimes I show you other stuff. I haven't got any other stuff to show you today. I don't know why I said that. Yeah, sometimes I show embroidery, and I've been thinking about showing you something else, so I might do that one week. So where are we? This week's Justsewsherrie. I've had workmen. There seems to be a thing with Sherrie and workmen. Not entirely sure how it happens. I think it's because I don't get out much. Anybody who comes in is subject to my mad ramblings. And so I've been having a new kitchen fitted. It is now in, by the way. It is in. It is almost done. I'm waiting for one last plinth because it was too deep. The kitchen apparently is on slant, who knows. Anyway, they've had to order some extra plinths, extra wide ones. So I'm waiting for those. So I'm waiting for the joiners coming back. And funny enough, this involves the joiners. I just don't have control of my mouth. Why think before you speak when you like to be as surprised as everybody else with what comes out your mouth? So I'd moved the car. I knew the joiners were coming, and I knew they would be getting all the units and everything else out. So I've moved my car off the drive onto the road, thinking I'd left them enough room. I hadn't. What is that? Oh, do you know, I've just been printing some stuff off, and I had to replace, guess which colour? I had to replace the yellow. This is my life, guys. This is my life. This, if you're brand new here, this is my life, and even my Mac agrees with me. It's a while since we've had a pop-up, isn't it? So, yeah. And the joiner pulled up, and then he tried to reverse onto me drive, and then decided, for whatever reason, he wasn't going to, and he pulled back on the road, and I just sort of gave him a, do you want me to move the car thing? And he was like, and so I moved my car further over, and he pulled the van like across me drive so that they had plenty of room to get all the stuff out. And I'd come out, and I'd said to one of them, I says, yeah, I'm sorry, I says, I thought I'd left you enough room. He says, I tried to park on the drive. He said, but my arse end was sticking out. I mean, me front end was sticking out. Bright spark here goes, no, that's right, it's my arse end that sticks out too much. And he just sort of looked at me like, have you just said that? And you know, when you just think, I need to die inside a little bit, you know, you just sort of think, I don't know this man, why have I just said that to him? I mean, to be fair, he didn't say anything, he just sort of gave us a look like, give us the side eye, like, are we going to be safe coming in this house? Me and me mate, big burly joiners, but you know, some women can be dangerous. So yeah, and I just thought, oh, Sherrie. There was quite a few more that has happened with the workman, which I may tell you as we go along. But that was this week's Justsewsherrie. Dreading them coming back. They're probably dreading coming back. So, what's happening in the world of cross-stitch? Well, I've had a funny old week. I've been very, very slow. Like, I've been sitting with me stitching in front of us, but not like head down. Do you know what I mean? Do you always have days like that where you just think, like, I've got me needle and I've got me thing in the hoop, but I just keep getting distracted by, I don't know, by what? I don't know. Going on my hollies soon though. I was thinking, no, I'll show you some cross stitch and then we'll share what I'm thinking. So I have got a finish. No, I haven't. I've got 2 finishes. There's me saying haven't been productive. I've got 2 finishes. I have got one pathetic new start nonetheless. If I can find it. Oh, it's here. Is it here? It is here. And I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 whips. A couple of things that have arrived through the post, and one might as well just be a Justsewsherrie because, yeah, everyone's a winner. And a very lovely gift that somebody, one of my friends sent me. So, let's get started. Fully finishes. No. Finishes. I haven't fully finished them. I finished Galanthus nivalis, is that what it says? Which is, and I don't know if you can make out the snowdrops there that are sort of tone on tone. You can see them a lot better in real life. But it's the Latin word for snowdrops. So this is from the Stitchery Sisters, which is, the Stitchery is an embroidery shop and run by Nikki Franklin, and her sister Sarah has been reaching into the world of cross stitch. So I've got the herbarium series on order ship, and I chose to get the cross stitch stuff as well. They are now doing a lot of Stacy Nash stuff as well. So this was January's. I decided to track back and start from the beginning, hence the snowdrop. And the last time you saw it, I'd literally just started it, and I'd done a bit along the top, a bit along the bottom, and half of Galanthus. So I'm saying I haven't done much. You know, I've knuckled down and got that finished, and it is done on 36 count. It was antique white, but I coffee dyed it very sparingly. So it is a very, it's lovely actually. It's really sort of creamy kind of colour. It's really pretty. I said I was going to do some more, and I will, because I was dead pleased with how it came out. So I am thinking frame for this. I think frame. I don't think cushion would work very well. Wall hanging? No. I think frame. I do. I'm pleased with that though. And I'm pleased with my fabric. I'm pleased with, because it literally is all my own work from the fabric. Well, I didn't make the fabric, but yeah. Second finish. Blackbird Designs stocking for May. So this is one of my challenges. I'm doing a Blackbird stocking a month, at least one more if I fancy, but I am just choosing to do one. And that is, I'll bring it in so you can see it. I'm rocking the ice cream eyes today. I've put me light on. It's just grey outside, So I put my light on hoping, but sometimes it washes the colours out. If I come that way. Anyway, it's a really lovely lilac and sort of sage green. And when you last saw it, I had done up to about here. So I had the foot left to do. So, and I've done this on 36 count parchment by weeks. So that, and I'm doing these with Sarah Stonehouse on Instagram, who was an incredible stitcher. And I will be meeting her for the first time at the Stacy Nash retreat in, don't know why I'm looking at the clock, in a couple of weeks. Let's see how long, because I don't know. Oh yeah, it is, it's 2 weeks. So 2 weeks today I'll be travelling to Cornwall. So we'll have to talk about floss tubes next week. I'll decide what I'm going to do. I've got an idea of something. But so yes, it'll be lovely to meet her, and she's an incredible stitcher. So they are my two finishes. My new start is the February one from the same series, so from the Stitchery Sisters. Now I did Briar Rose, the embroidery. I can't show you it because I gifted it to me mum for Mother's Day. And I was actually a little bit disappointed, which is why I'll show you in a minute. So this is the second in the series, which goes with the Briar Rose that I had stitched. Now my mum and dad are great RHS people, Royal Horticultural Society. They've been and done courses and that with them when my dad retired in his 50s, they decided to both go and do some courses, and they still go up and help out at it's called Kirkley Hall where we live, and it's like I suppose an old manor house, and they do all sorts of like propagating and things like that there. So they're really keen gardeners. And I thought if I do the rose for me mum and then stitch the Latin name like this, they would love it. They would absolutely love, because if I ask them what a flower is called, they'll give us the Latin name as well as the normal name, or they'll say it's such and such but I can't remember the Latin name, or they'll say it's such and such but I can't remember the normal name. Yeah, you get me drift. So I started this and then realised I hadn't looked at the pattern. So I mean, it's a very, very small start, because I realised it wasn't what I thought it was. It wasn't the Latin name. For some reason I thought it was going to be a series of the Latin names. Don't know why I thought that. I just made it up. Sorry Sarah, I just made up what your series was going to be, and it wasn't even going to be that. So I started it, realised it and put it down, because I would like to keep up with the months to date. So I would quite like to do, are we into March or April? We've got Marches to do still. You don't get them till the end of the month, which seems a bit, so like January's you stitch in February, February's you stitch in March. So I've got Marches still to do. So I thought I am going to hang on. Have I got Marches here? I can show you. I'm going to hang on. I'm going to do Marches, and then at some point I will backtrack and do the cross stitch from February. Where's March? Because March is lovely. That one. I really like this. A sprig of thyme in your pocket and you will see fairies in the woods, and the embroidery to go with it is thyme. I think it's lovely. I really like this one. Really, really, really like it. I like them all. I like the rose. It just wasn't what I thought it was going to be. So I sort of went, oh, well, that's not what I want to do. So because I've got so much on, I didn't want to start one that I didn't really want to start, because Shut up, Sherrie. Shut up. Yeah, I dreamt about Carol Saltbox and Tara Sully Stitches last night. They were all in me. I had a Zoom room. And Carol came and said hello. And then I looked up and Tara was like, she had like, you know, like the little box. She didn't have her camera on. And she was like, what was it I said to her? I said, oh, hey, Merry Christmas, Tara, something like that. And I mean, she doesn't know me at all. And neither of them do. Well, Carol does, but, and she sort of went, oh, and then I thought, God, I've spoken to her and I shouldn't have. Like, because she's so, like, high above us. Well, high above me, normal stitches. And she sort of went, oh, yes, hello, hello. And then she disappeared from my Zoom room and I was devastated. I can only assume it's because I've seen that pictures on Instagram where they were all together. They've all been together at a recent retreat. Is it Bay Stitch Me retreat? It might have been. I could be making that up. God knows. God knows what I was thinking about. Anyway, from two greats to another great. Do I need me board for this? I'm not sure. Stacy Nash. Lily. Lovely, lovely Lily. I'm not sure about this thing. This thing's all over one. Yep. I don't think I'm good friends with over one, which we will discuss. So this is how far I am with Lily. I'm going to turn that light off. Hang on a second, because it's just blowing out all the colours. I've had to switch around with my lights. When I put that one off, it just seemed a bit too grey, so I've put me big light. I put the big light on, so you can see the colours a lot better there anyway. So Lily, Stacy Nash, and when you last saw her, I had done to about here on our neck and the little cuffs of our arms. So basically I've come down, put some more of our arms in and started putting a little frock in. Frock is a dress. I don't know whether that's just an English word or a Geordie word or a Scottish word even, because I've always used it. Yeah, she's lovely. She's lovely. And there's some Smyrna crosses to go in here as well. But I am thinking I might change it up. I might change it up, and depending, yeah, no, that's not going to work. I might put some little beads on our little belt. That's what I might do. Just to give her a little bit of a fancy look. She's got a posh frock on. Yeah. I had sort of semi-thought maybe sequins, but I'm doing this on, what am I doing it on? 36 count Moonstone by Fibre on a Whim. It's way too small for sequins now that I've looked at it. I was having a little daydream about, you know, how you think, oh, I wonder what I should do in there. So this Moonstone, you might not be able to tell, but it's got like a greeny tinge to it. It's really lovely. Reminds me a little bit of, is it Cypress? Is that Picture This Plus? Could be wrong, could be making that up. And I'm doing it with all the weeks called for as well. I'm looking forward to seeing Stacey. I'm still a bit nervous. I was dreadful nervous last year, but yeah, still a bit nervous, but I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. Right, just talk amongst yourselves. It might be a while. So, A. Burnhope, 1895, which I've decided her name is Anne without an E. And I know that because she's made all our letters so fancy, because she's just very plain. ANN. So I haven't done loads on this, but I have done a bit. So I've started moving further along the top. So when you saw her, she was there. So I've done another 3 of these little things. And I picked this up last night. I just, again, it appears when I'm in a bit of a, I just don't know, I just go back to either a monochrome stitch or a red stitch. It's like my heart takes me there. So I picked this up last night and I really enjoyed it. And for an hour or 2, I actually did have head down, peaceful head stitching. Yeah, it was nice. Enjoyed it. And this is by Mama Loves You GB. Who have you seen the new one she's brought out? Is it called Quaint French or French Fancy or something like that? It's an alphabet. It's lovely, really, really, really lovely. And I happen to know she's got an offer on this weekend for Easter. I think if you buy 2, you get something off. Because she's released 2 patterns as well. The other one's like a really small sampler. Very, very, very tempted to get them both. But I'm still on my challenge, and my challenge is to buy nothing more than 3 a month. I've saved up so that I'm on 6 because I'm going to the Stacy Nash thing in cowslip workshops. So I've kind of saved them up a little bit. So I'm like, I don't know. But they are lovely. If you're not on a challenge like me and you're free to buy what you want, head over to our Etsy shop. So anyway, that's that one, which I am enjoying. And it's not as big as I thought. Remember when I first picked it up and started doing it, it felt like it was going to be massive. But it's actually not. It's on 40 count antique white. So it would be a lot bigger if you did it on a different count. Wondering what the... so stitch count's 237 by 255. So she's a big girl. She is a big girl. I'm doing it on 40 count antique white. Yeah. And I think that was why. I think I deliberately chose the 40 count because she was such a big lady. Now then. Oh, I've got a horrible feeling. Yeah, I left the picture of the pattern downstairs. So historical sampler company, pot sampler. I'm loving this. Absolutely loving this. I will put this on my board to show you. Why do I always revert back to Christmas songs when I want to do an interlude of music? A musical interlude. So, this is where I am. So what more have I done? I've done a little bit more of the border to get to the corner and come down. And I'm not sure if I've done more of the border down here. Might have, might not have. What I have done is been concentrating on the motifs. Is that it right? The motifs. So I was literally halfway through this peacock last time you saw it. So I've finished that one off. I've done this little pot sampler, this little flower pot, flower in a pot. Learn how to speak, Sherrie, if you're going to do a YouTube. Might be helpful if people can understand you. These two, I think these are lions. Pretty sure these are meant to be lions. And this one. And is there much to do on that? No. So I just need to put a couple of lines of green, and then it's got the line that goes along because it's got another pot here. Can't see it very well. I'll show you the other side. There. Where my middle finger is. That one. And I'm doing this on 40 count. I've written down, and for those who've been here before, I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but just in case anybody's wondering, I've written down rustic sheep. I think it's an XJ. Now when I went on to their website to check it out, they've got old sheep. So whether I've written it wrong or whether they've changed their mind, I would suspect it's me. I'll be the one that's in the wrong. But you can't see it there very well. I can't see the colour in front of me. But it's a real, you know, like a sackcloth colour. That's what it's like. It's like a light sackcloth. You know them things that you see on Little House on the Prairie when they would have sugar in them? I show my age. I used to love Little House on the Prairie. In the Waltons. I used to just live in fantasy world. That why can I not be like living their life? I'd kind of missed the point, that the fact that they were dirt poor. That, you know, half the time they didn't have, and the Waltons was set in the Great Depression and they had an out. You know what I mean? Kind of missed that point. I just wanted the good night, Mary Ellen. Good night, Sherrie Ann. So I'm doing it on, yeah, we got there, didn't we? Something sheep, and I think it's by XJ. And I am doing it with all of called for. Now I got it as a kit. There was a lady asked me on Instagram. She was saying she fancies this. How many colours did it have in it? I need to work it out because there's 3 things of skeins, 3 skeins of threads, but some of them are repeated. So I need to figure out how many are repeated. So leave it with me. I'll figure it out and I will tell you how many colours I needed. Obviously, the higher count you stitch on, the less thread you'll need, which is a bit of a bonus for me. It's not the reason why I stitch on 40 count. It just appeared that way. But I realised that, oh, I'm going to need less fabric, less thread. Bonus. Brucey bonus. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, can you remember last week me and Anne had a falling out? Anne Tonk Uffendell. We had a serious falling out. She said she didn't want a stalk on one of her flowers, so I did it without the stalk. And then she said, actually, I do want a stalk on my flower, so I had the frog said flower. And breathe. And breathe. Everyone was most concerned about her safety. Oh God, she's annoyed, Sherrie. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Poor Anne. We need to keep an eye on Anne. Just make sure, you know, she's all right. She's safe and she's well and she's got somewhere safe to sleep. While Sherrie's in a battle with her. I've lost me. Oh, there it is. So I eventually made friends with Anne. It took me until yesterday, Good Friday. I decided it was Good Friday. It was time to put, you know, it was trying to do the Christian thing and put all problems aside and look to the future. So I frogged here and then I restitched it all. Not at the same time. I frogged it, left it a while, did some other stuff, and then I came back and redid the flower when I'd had a cool down. So what have I done? I have done some more on this flower, this 1/1, this goddamn 1/1. Takes forever. Don't mind so much doing the 1/1. Well, I was trying to think yesterday, why do I hate 1/1? And it's because it's not neat. It's back to that old, the threads won't lie properly. the needles are too big, and I'm using a size 28 needle. The needles are too big to get full crosses for the threads to lie properly. That is my problem with it. Now this is 36 count winter moon that I'm doing it on. So I have decided to, and I'll bring it in so you can see, I just started this next 1/1 motif here, and I'm going to do tent stitch and see how it goes. If it looks okay on tent stitch, then that's what I'm doing going forward, because there's a lot of 1/1 on it. Yeah, I didn't think that one through. If anyone watches this, Narissa, Carol, anybody wants to give me some help figuring out 1/1 and why I don't like it and why, yeah. So I've done that. I've started on the trees now. I think it's the trees that drew me to her in the first place. I love these trees. I do love these trees. And I've started. Now this is at the bottom of a page. So I have stopped mid-page. Now I'm going to work along. Well, until I decide I want to work down again. So yeah. She's beautiful though. She is beautiful. You are beautiful. Now that we've made friends again. She is gorgeous. And I'm doing it with all of the called for, which are all DMC. And of course this is a Nicola Park on Hands Across the Sea. I haven't even got halfway through this and I'm already eyeing up Isabella. So yeah, because they are both gorgeous. And I think that they're different enough, but the same enough. The similar enough. Sorry. That, you know, you could hang them side by side, and I think they would look gorgeous. Yeah. Instead of one focal piece on the wall, you could have it with two. Right. And my last one. I know. Whipping through them. Whipping through them. God, hey, I'm good sometimes, you know. I astound myself how good I am. One moment. And my last whip is the Snow Queen. Mirabilia. Now I thought, after last week, I thought I would have put her away for the winter. But she was just calling to me, so I picked her up and I stitched on her, which I was surprised at. So, here we go. So what did I do last weekend? Well, I put in all this. This is like a sage colour coming down here. And then I came further down with this is Karen Water Lily. So I came further down with that. And I started putting the purple in, which sort of comes along from here and flows. I'm not sure if it's her scarf or if it's flown from the reindeer. Have a look. So anyway, I started putting that in, started putting some of the purple in. And then I came down here, I had a hanging thread, as I had there as well. I came down here and did some more of this. Now, when I talked last week about, I was talking about something wicked, and I was saying I like the monochrome stitches, and I find them easy because it's like, rather than counting like 12 this way and then 15 and then 11, I just was like 2 more, 1 less, 2 more, 1 less, 2 more, 1 less. Which works until you count it and realise that you've only got 11 and you should have 13. But when you've got something like this, it's like, can I fudge it? I don't even know. I do not even know. So I spent some time trying to figure out where I had gone wrong. So it took me ages. And I think it was up here where the cross is. Up here. It should have been 3 and I had only done 2. So I literally backtracked up. I've put a stitch in every one. I'm still off by 1. But I don't think she's going to mind. It isn't at a critical point in our, like, it isn't in one of our swirls that it's going to make a big difference. Do you use fudge? I mean, I take heart because Laura, from Brenda and Laura, she fudges. And that gives me strength. It does, it gives me strength. I've just seen one of Brenda's Instagram posts with all our stitching, man. I mean, it's just, the woman's a machine. It's phenomenal. Phenomenal. I bet she's fudged one stitch. I bet she has. I think she will have. Or I tell myself that anyway. So yes, so basically we're starting to work on our scarves, continuing to work on our frock, the bottom of our frock anyway. And I've still got some snagging to come back and do over in the reindeer's fur. And down here. She's lush. Or she will be when she's finished. It's weird, you know. I don't know whether you feel like this, but it's starting to get to the point where I'm looking at it and thinking I'm doing quite well. Like, this is mine. Like, I'm really chuffed with that. I'm actually doing this. I'm doing a major mirabilia, and it's going to look really good. Why am I always surprised? Is everybody else like that? And you just think, I didn't know I could do good stuff like that. Could I? I did do something good this week though. Went to my niece's dance show and I sat in between my parents. I don't normally. I don't know how it happened. But I managed to sit in between them. And I've got a special talent, it appears. I didn't know I had it until Tuesday night. I had conversations at the same time about different things with each of them. Because neither of them realised that the other one was talking to us. And they were both having these conversations and I'm literally like... I think that was a special talent. Now that's the sort of thing that I'm... that I should be showing off about. They're funny. They're funny. I kept having to point out where Jennifer was though, my dad. He's going, which one is she? I think she's there. She's there. Oh yes, I see her. She was fabulous though. Do you know what was so lovely? Isn't about the dancing or anything else, because we've been going to watch her since, I mean she's 14 now. We've been going to watch her since she was 5. And the same way we had to go and watch our mum from being 5. And the smile on her face. She really, really loved it. She has been at that age for a couple of years where they're a bit self-conscious of their bodies and they don't sort of, you know, own their stage, if you like. And then suddenly she's come through that and she was just beaming, and that was the best thing. It was the smile on her face now. And I think that's what it's about, isn't it? Yeah. Making memories, showing up for them, making sure they know they're loved, and that we're proud of them. It's got nothing to do with the ability of their dance or not to dance. But yeah, it was a lovely night. Anyway, that's all my stitching, guys. And I haven't got a great deal else. I've got a couple of things through the post. I wanted to talk about Instagram to you. So I'll shift this stuff and then we'll have a little bit of a chat. So Instagram, my Instagram challenge I set myself a few weeks ago was I was going to post on Instagram every single day. I struggle with Instagram because I struggle with pride. I struggle with, is it showing off or is it showing others? If that makes sense. So of course when I said I was going to do it, nothing, not a thing. I just couldn't. I couldn't, so I didn't. So a couple of weeks later, I think I posted something on Thursday and posted something twice on Friday. Never been known. Twice on Friday, but then nothing yesterday. So I'm getting better. Yeah. It's hard. I think it's hard. And I think obviously we judge ourselves by others' standards. And the standards that I see, the bar is set so high that it's really difficult. Yeah. Imposter syndrome. Do any of you, what's the word, relate? Yeah. So, what did I buy this week? Well, I got an auto ship, which is my World of Cross Stitching book. And we got a free 3-in-1 bobbin kit, which I think is quite cool. I don't know what that means by 3-in-1. I think because it's meant to be a key ring. Do you know what? I'm going to open it. We're going to do live TV, guys. This is live TV. I never normally open these things because I think I could use them. I could give them to people. Why is it a 3-in-1? So we've got the bobbin bit. We've got the keyring bit. Oh, so you're going to stitch on the actual bobbin. And then you've got 2 patterns to choose from. So I'm not sure whether where the 3 comes into it. I've been stupid. Oh, 3-in-1. Here's your 3. Pretty design to stitch. Number 2, handy thread sorter. Number 3, keyring. I'll leave that one there. God only knows. Now, what I tend to do with these, because otherwise they just take up dust. I go through them. Anything I like, I rip out and I put in, I've got like a space where I keep them up in one of my cupboards. So I don't keep all of the magazines. I mean, how many times do you actually stitch anything from them? I used to like getting them to look through them, but then I realised I would have to buy all the threads to go with it. So I didn't do a great deal because it was back in the day where, number 1, I didn't have much money. And number 2, I didn't realise that you could just store your own threads and stuff. I just thought things came in kits. So, and I was gifted this. Lauren, my friend, who's one half of Flosstube Designs, her and her brother Sam. Look at that. This is what I was printing off this morning. This is why I needed a new yellow shack on the shore. Isn't that fabulous? And she gave it to me because she's my friend. And she knows that one day she might have to tell us that we're friends. In case I ever forget. You never know. You just never know. Can you all remind us who my friends are? And this. So I haven't been to a retreat for a while. When I go, I take my Elbacy lap stand. I have used this lap stand forever, long before I got my Lowry, and I've loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. The only thing I don't like about it is how thick the sides are. So there's like more of it to grip your stitching, to squish your stitching. It's the only thing I don't like about it. I have tried getting a one that was like a thing where you twist it and you can put any of your own hoops in, but it was crap. I just couldn't get away with it. So I was going to do my embroidery this week. I was going to do my time that I was talking about before. But I didn't have a 6-inch hoop. I couldn't find my 6-inch hoop for love and money. And the fabric wasn't big enough to put into, I think it's is it 7 or an 8-inch hoop? I've got like 3 sizes. Anyway, it wasn't big enough to put into a bigger hoop. So I thought, well, I'm just going to get a new one of these. I'm going to be going away to Cornwall for a week, so I'm going to need one. And what else? Yeah, I need, oh, that was it. My back hasn't been great this last couple of weeks with having the kitchen and everything going on. So I've been on my bed a little bit more, and my Larry's downstairs, so I was using the lap stand, so I thought I'm going to need it. So I ordered it. This morning I was having a play. Don't think you can see I wasn't having a play, but I got my Cricut heat presser out to press the finishes that I'd done. To do that, I had to shut the door to get the plug to reach the socket. What was behind the door? I now have 2 6-inch hoops. I didn't know where the hell I'd put it. Well, obviously I didn't, because it was hiding behind the door. I don't know whether it's been from when I've had a shifty around or what I've done. I don't know why it's ended up behind that door, but it's behind the door nonetheless. So that is it. Have I got anything else to say? Oh, forward plans. Now, forward plans. I have got a plan. I have got a plan. I've got, well, 1, 2 I need to start. I can show you one of them because it's to hand. I will be starting Lauren's Flossabilities Easter Bunnies. I've been after starting this for a while. I had it half kitted and I needed to kit the rest of it. So I did that on maybe on Wednesday, Thursday. So I've kitted the rest of it. I will be starting that today. What best on Easter weekend than some Easter bunnies? What else am I going to do? What I fancy. That seems to be working well for me. What I fancy. I'm not going to make any promises. I've done me May stocking, which was me need to do. I've done me April autumn letter. So I don't think I've got any must do's left to do. Yeah, I'm going to do whatever I fancy. So this week's final thought is along the lines of what I was talking about imposter syndrome and showing off your work and things like that, what you've done. So I don't know where it came from, but I like it. So to who needs to hear this, may you be proud of the work you do, the person you are, and the difference you make. Bye for now.